This may sound bold, but for many women over 60, the last thing they need is an older man. Emotional baggage, outdated expectations, and health burdens can turn relationships into more stress than support. In this video, we'll explore why many older women are choosing freedom, peace, and happiness instead. As women enter their 60s, 70s, and beyond, many find themselves longing for peace, personal freedom, and emotional stability. Unfortunately, that's not always what older men bring to the table. One of the biggest reasons older women hesitate to date or remarry is the sheer emotional baggage that some older men carry. Years of unresolved emotional wounds, failed relationships, and deep-seated habits often resurface in new relationships. Many older men have never learned how to process their feelings, communicate openly, or build emotional intimacy. Instead, they may default to withdrawing emotionally, shutting down during important conversations, or expecting their partner to do all the emotional labor. Beyond emotional unavailability, there's also the issue of outdated gender roles. Too often, older men grew up in times when traditional roles were expected, where the woman cooks, cleans, and caters to the man's needs while he takes on a more passive emotional role. For older women today, this dynamic is exhausting. Many spent decades raising children, managing households, and putting everyone else's needs first. Now, in this stage of life, they want balance, equality, and respect, not another adult who expects to be waited on. There's also the issue of communication styles. Older women often desire meaningful conversations, emotional connection, and someone who listens with empathy. Sadly, many older men struggle with these basic relationship skills. They may dismiss feelings, avoid vulnerability, or respond with frustration when asked to open up. This leaves many women feeling emotionally starved or misunderstood. And let's not ignore the fact that some older men are simply set in their ways. They may resist trying new things, adapting to new routines, or embracing the evolving needs of their partner. This rigidity can make relationships feel suffocating instead of supportive. For women who've spent their whole lives adapting to others, these emotional challenges become deal breakers. They've worked hard to find inner peace and independence. The idea of entering a relationship that brings more emotional labor than joy feels like moving backward. In the end, emotional health and happiness are priceless. Older women today are asking themselves an important question: does this relationship add peace or does it add stress? For many, the answer is clear. They're choosing freedom, emotional safety, and meaningful connections over relationships that drain their energy. In the next chapter, we'll dive into another major reason many women avoid relationships with older men: the unexpected health burdens that often come with them. Beyond emotional challenges, one of the most overlooked but very real reasons older women avoid relationships with older men is the growing health burden that often comes with it. Statistically, men over 65 face higher rates of chronic illnesses like heart disease, diabetes, mobility issues, and even cognitive decline. By the time many men reach their late 60s or 70s, they're dealing with multiple health conditions that require daily care, doctor visits, and lifestyle adjustments. While no one wants to abandon a partner in need, entering a new relationship that feels more like a caregiver role than a loving partnership can be overwhelming for women at this stage of life. Many older women spent decades caring for children, aging parents, or even a previous spouse with health issues. Now in their later years, they're looking forward to enjoying their freedom, traveling, pursuing hobbies, meeting friends, or simply having quiet, peaceful days without constant responsibility. The idea of stepping right back into a caregiver role feels draining, both emotionally and physically. What's even more concerning is that caregiving can take a serious toll on a woman's own health. Research shows that family caregivers, especially women over 60, are at a higher risk for depression, anxiety, heart disease, and even early death due to chronic stress. The physical demands, lifting, cooking special meals, managing medications, paired with the emotional strain of watching a partner decline, can quickly erode a woman's own well-being. There's also the financial aspect to consider. Healthcare costs for older adults with chronic illnesses can be staggering. From hospital visits to home care support, these expenses add up. For women who've worked hard to build financial stability, getting involved with someone with significant health issues could mean draining retirement savings or facing new medical debt. Of course, it's important to acknowledge that not all older men are unwell or in need of care. Some are vibrant, active, and healthy well into their later years. But the reality is that the odds of becoming a caregiver in a relationship with an older man are statistically high. For many women, this risk alone is enough to choose single life or seek companionship in other ways. Ultimately, every woman deserves a partner who enhances her life, not one who adds ongoing stress and responsibility. For women over 60 or 70, peace, independence, and personal health often take priority. In the next chapter, we'll explore what older women are really seeking in this new chapter of life, and why happiness doesn't have to come from traditional relationships at all. After spending decades meeting the needs of others, whether it was raising children, supporting a spouse, or working hard to build a life, many older women reach a point where they crave something they may never have fully had before: freedom, emotional freedom, financial freedom, and the freedom to live life on their own terms. For many women over 60 or 70, this doesn't mean loneliness. It means finally getting the space to focus on themselves. Instead of seeking another serious relationship with an older man, many women today are embracing a new kind of happiness, one built around friendship, personal growth, and fun experiences. They're joining travel groups, picking up hobbies they've always wanted to try, volunteering, or simply enjoying quiet mornings with a cup of coffee and a good book, without having to care for anyone else. Social connection remains incredibly important, but it doesn't have to come from romance. Strong female friendships become a lifeline for many older women. These friendships offer support, laughter, and understanding without the emotional labor often involved in romantic partnerships. Women enjoy going to lunch together, traveling as a group, joining exercise or art classes, or even participating in online communities that focus on wellness and positivity. Some women do choose to date, but on their own terms. They're looking for companionship that enhances their life, not complicates it. Emotional maturity, kindness, humor, and good health matter more than age or traditional roles. Casual dating or companionship without the pressures of marriage or full-time caregiving appeals to many. The key difference now is that older women know they have a choice. They're no longer afraid of being alone because they know being alone can actually feel peaceful and empowering. There's also a renewed focus on health and self-care. Older women are investing time in fitness, healthy eating, mindfulness practices, and even learning new skills or starting small businesses. This stage of life offers an exciting opportunity for self-discovery, something that many never had time for earlier in life. In short, older women today are rewriting the script about what it means to age well. They're prioritizing joy, peace, health, and emotional balance over outdated expectations of settling down or playing caretaker again. Whether that means staying single, enjoying friendships, or finding a partner who truly adds value without stress, it's all about making choices that honor their happiness. The message is clear. You don't need a relationship to feel fulfilled. You need freedom, connection, and above all, joy.